Hi, I'm Mike. Have you ever had one of those days where you just shouldn't have bothered getting out of bed? Well, today we try to make a bad day better and wrap it up with the bulls, get them put away for winter on Our Wyoming Life. So this week on the ranch has been a long one. I'll get into it, but first let me say welcome back, and if this is your first time here, please watch, then consider subscribing and join us as we continue to explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary. This whole week has been a bit of a downer. Lots of not so great things have been happening, but I promise you at the end of this video we'll end on a high note, so stick around. Let's rewind this episode and start at the beginning. We've been in the process of moving the bulls back home for winter. Not a hard task, but one that does require patience and sometimes a ridiculous amount of perseverance. Or maybe it's a ridiculous amount of patience, I don't know. Either way, it's been a process in itself. Along the way, that we've actually found that both of our two oldest bulls were injured this breeding season. You know, I often call bulls the walking wounded because at the end of summer, after doing their thing and hanging out with the cows all summer long, they have scrapes, scars, and sometimes even broken legs. Two brothers, Bubbles and Bubba. Now Bubbles pulled a disappearing trick this year, but showed up right here with what may or may not be his actual brother. All I know is that they look alike. They came from the same bull breeder, so they're as close to brothers as I can get out here. This was for sure Bubbles' last year on the ranch. He was looking pretty wore out after last breeding season, and although he is the alpha bull around here, it's time for him to be done. 5 seasons is a long time for a bull to be at work on the ranch, and with Bubbles gone, I expected his brother to step up into the alpha bull slot, but now that's not going to happen. Bubba was found this morning, which was later confirmed by our vet to be a broken leg. Now, no one knows how it happened, but I do know that it hurts. He can't put any weight on the leg, and being his front leg, it causes a bunch more issues. Normally, the bulls would be allowed to walk their way home at their own pace. When they get there, we load them up and we take them across the road. Unfortunately for Bubba, he's not going to be able to walk the distance. Loading him in a trailer is a sticky option because we don't have a corral or a chute here to help guide him into the trailer. And then again, he might not even be able to get onto it. And if he does, he's not going to want to stand, he's going to want to lay down, and then he may not be able to get up from the steel floor. Our vet also pointed out what could possibly be infection in the leg, and that's a big problem. With an active infection, he can't be sold or slaughtered for meat. And without being able to get him home, we can't treat him. And with all of these complications, Bubba's fate is sealed. He is humanely put down and buried right here on the ranch where he put in a lot of his long days. With that done, we move on to the next animal-related crisis, this time a kitten, a barn kitten with gunked up eyes. Hey kiddo, how are you doing? We posted on the Facebook group All Things Agriculture and asked for advice on how to help the little guy. But in the end, we ended up taking him into the vet, where it was determined that he had distemper. Not good, and really hard on the kids who had formed a bond with the little guy. Also on the loss list this week was 80, our oldest cow on the ranch and my mother-in-law's pet cow. She'd been living in the lap of luxury in the corrals, but age finally caught up to her, and she too has shuffled off this mortal coil. It's just been one of those weeks. The kind that happen around here and the kind that can get you down or they can get you up and moving, striving to make things better. After snow this week and Lincoln's first chance to play in it, we move on to what still needs done, and that's getting the rest of the bulls in and moved into the bull pasture for winter. Our first attempt starts with the four-wheeler and getting gates set up to lead the bulls into the corral in order to load them on a truck. And once out in the pasture, it's Bubbles again that gives us grief and almost immediately starts heading in the wrong direction. Of course, the other bulls follow him, and soon all 6 of the remaining bulls are headed out with him in that direction, when we need them going in this direction. A change of tactics is required, and sometimes all it takes is a change in wardrobe. Well, vehicle, actually. For some reason, the gator gets them moving, and after getting Bubbles going in the right direction, the rest follow right along, just like good members of the herd. If you can figure out who the alpha bull is and get him where you want him, the rest will soon follow. And soon we get Bubbles moved all the way into what we call the lot, and one step closer to home. The rest soon follow. And now we have moved them from 400 acres into 3. A much more manageable size. Up and through another gate, and now the bulls are in a corral. Gates are closed, and they can rest for a minute while we get set up to move them to their new bachelor pad. While they relax, we head over to get a trailer. The bull pasture is not far away. It's actually right across the highway. But it's better to trailer them than try to walk them across the highway, although this has been done before. It's just safer. We choose our larger trailer in the hopes that we can get them all in one trip and hook it up. Then it's back to the corrals where we back into the loading chute. The chute is essential for loading bulls. Without it, getting them on a trailer would be a next to impossible task. But first, we have to get them to the chute in the first place. Doing so requires that they navigate a series of alleys, gates, and corrals and find their way to the trailer. It sounds and looks pretty easy, but sometimes that first step is the hardest, or the first gate. But once they're through it, there is now nowhere else to go, and they head straight towards the trailer. One thing we need to do is get Bubbles sorted off of these guys. Like I said earlier, this is his last year on the ranch, and we need him to stay behind here in the corral so we can load him up in a few days and take him to auction. The other 5 can head back up and towards the trailer once again. But now they're separated from their alpha bull, and confusion quickly sets in. Without Bubbles and Bubba next in line, and more than likely to be the next alpha bull, is this big black Angus bull. He doesn't have a name. Maybe you can pick one for him. Comment on this video if you have a name idea for him, and I'll let the kids pick their favorite, and we'll announce it at our next live stream. Eventually, we move in the right direction. And like butter, the bulls all head into the trailer. Hard to say how much weight is on this trailer right now, but my guess would be about 7,000 pounds. 5 bulls, meat, hide, and testosterone, all locked in a very small place. What bad can happen? Luckily, nothing bad happens. These guys are pretty well behaved now, and we make the quick trip across the highway into the bull pasture, and they wait pretty contently for their release back home. For us, it's back across the road to the corrals, where we get the gator out of the corrals and check on Bubbles, who's not too happy about his new accommodations. One thing I like to do anytime I move animals into a new pasture is check fence. Better to find and repair something now than end up with a bull on the highway. So we grab our fence repair box and off we go, driving the fence line and the reinforced fence that keeps the bulls in their place. The horses come over to say hi and get a little love, Their usual Sunday ride is coming up, and they know it. Around the pasture we go. Eventually, we find one popped staple and fix it. The bulls seem happy in their new home and are enjoying some fresh green grass for dinner. And also deserving dinner is Bubbles, a meal of fresh cut hay delivered right to his room. It's hard to see Bubbles go. He's done so much work for the ranch, playing baby daddy to hundreds of calves over the years. He's led new bulls to the herd and held his alpha status for over 3 years. He's never gotten overly cranky with me, and that means a lot. And most of all, he was part of the ranch for a long time. We got to know him, his moods, his little tics, and his attitude. He will be missed, and the least we can do is make sure that his last few days here on the ranch are happy ones, full of food, water, praise, and thanks. This week is over. Next week starts a new game, and all is even. Let's swing for the stars as I get a chance to announce something pretty exciting for you. For the first time ever, we're inviting you to the ranch. Officially, August 24th, 2019 will be our inaugural Our Wyoming Life Ranch Roundup, a subscriber meetup where you can come to the ranch, hang out for the day, and there's a huge schedule of events happening. Now, it's still being put together, but I can tell you that it's going to be family friendly with things to do for the kids, along with dinner and snacks made with meat and veggies raised right here on the ranch. We're going to have games and activities, including roping lessons from a professional team roper team, horseshoes with hints and tips from pros, antique tractors, a walking tour, and a live stream in front of a live studio audience. Plus, God knows what else we can think of. Also, I guess you get a chance to hang out with myself and Erin if you'd like. Tickets go on sale soon, and we'll have more details coming. You may ask, why am I telling you so early? Well, it's because I'm excited. I want to meet you. No one's more excited about this than I am. And if you're planning a vacation next year, why not swing by on your way to Yellowstone or Mount Rushmore to hang out with us for just a little bit. It's going to be a blast, and I hope you mark your calendars. That's it for me today. Please subscribe for more from the ranch, as there's always something to do, and it's much more fun with you along. Live stream this week, and we'll have a name for who may just be the new Alpha Bull, so join us on Thursday for that. Until I see you again, have a great week, and thanks for joining us in Our Wyoming Life.